So let's talk some history. Today's rockets are the best collections of human ingenuity which rose from the science and technology of the past. One of the first devices to successfully employ the principles essential to rocket flight was simply a wooden bird. A Greek named Archytas, from somewhere around the year 400 BC, amused the citizens of Tantrum, now part of Italy, by flying a pigeon made of wood. Being steam-propelled, the bird was suspended on wires. The pigeon used Newton's third law of motion, which was obviously not a scientific law until Newton was alive. 300 years later, Hero of Alexandria made an artifact of his own, the aeolipile. It used steam as a propulsive gas to rotate the sphere mounted on a waterbed, originally used to heat up a kettle. The exact dates for when rockets started are unclear. Many said the first actual rockets were just accidents, like everything else. But as history went on, in the 1st century AD, the Chinese reportedly had a simple form of gunpowder made from saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal dust. Rockets filled with propelling gas with the substance may have failed and instead let go a trail of fire behind them, propelling gas at a high velocity, building up enough thrust letting the rocket fly into the air. So that's just an example of an accident that probably led to the modern rocket. Rocket becomes science. By the 17th century, Newton came up with the laws of motion, allowing for the principles of rockets. Experimenters in Russia and Germany started working with rockets, which weighed up to 45 kilograms, that when launched, the escaping exhaust flames would dig up holes in the ground. During the end of the 18th century, all through the 19th century, rockets were started to serve in battles. First battle rockets, which are variations of today's bazookas, were inaccurate but served their purpose to propel themselves in the air. Many variations to their rockets were made and are still used today in some modern rockets, like the spin stabilization system, which, by using Hero of Alexandria's invention, the aeolipile, by adding L-shaped exhausts to the bottom of the rocket, letting the gases escape through them, then rotating the rocket and making it more accurate through battle. This is similar to the concept of bullets. They became more accurate because of their rotation system. Now, modern time rocket science, 19th to the 21st centuries. Dr. Robert H. Goddard is considered to be the father of modern rockets propulsion. He started the vision of using rockets for space exploration. He was the first to make mathematical calculations on how to get to the moon, and the first to design what today is a liquid-fueled rocket. Thanks to his work, humans were the first able to land and walk on the moon in July 16th of 1969. In the picture, you see Dr. Goddard actually with his liquid fuel rocket. That's how it actually looked at the beginning. The Great Space Race. This is the recap of the most important aspects of the space race. Of course, there's so much more into this. The space race is even still going on now, but it was a series of events that arose from arguably 1957, from the first actual living thing in space, to now. So, looking at this table, you can see just some mission names from which countries and what they did during the space race. For example, the first living thing in space was a dog, and her name was Laika. The mission name was Sputnik 2 from Russia, or the Soviet Union. the first impact into another world, the Moon, which is Luna 2, USSR, Soviet Union. Now, you can pause this video to read the rest of it. Just again, I want to say that these are not all the exact things that happened. Here are more of them, and I will read the last one. First human on the moon, first steps on the moon. Neil Armstrong aboard Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins. This was the 16th of July of 1969. And USA was the start of the mission aboard the Apollo 11. Now, as I said here, the space race didn't actually end yet. It is officially still going on today.